Hey guys, and welcome back to my Samus guide for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I've been wanting to do this video for a while as bombs have been a big influence on my playstyle ever since Brawl. Even without the proximity hitbox, I made it a priority to learn how to time and place bombs that would effectively cover certain Samus' weaknesses, such as close range attacks. With Samus' bombs recently being buffed in patch 2.0, and in addition to the proximity hitbox, Samus' bombs are in a really good spot. Bombs have several uses, including edge guarding, stage control, denying approaches, combos, aerial defense, projectile defense, covering, cross-ups, and other mind games regarding movement. To begin learning when to use bombs, I suggest to start laying them down when you think to yourself, my opponent will approach me now. This way, even if you are wrong, you have created a barrier between yourself and your opponent with your bomb, perhaps giving you time to think what to do next at a time when you felt threatened. I always like to refer to Samus as a hunter class from several popular RPGs, such as World of Warcraft. Hunters are notorious for kiting or forcing your opponent to chase you, all while placing traps and shooting projectiles from a distance. This is better showcased in more casual Smash with larger stages and more room to run around in. But we can translate the play to smaller stages like Battlefield or Final Destination. Traps were important for controlling the area around you or freezing opponents in their tracks. You open them up for large attacks or better spacing. Samus' bombs are essentially traps that you want your opponent to fall into or be scared of, but will require you to understand both the character and player's preferred method of approach. Placing bombs eventually becomes muscle memory when you are familiar with the tempo of certain matchups. They are most useful against hyper-aggressive players or characters as they can be used to break combos or to second-guess approaches. I tend to over-rely on bombs, thus creating a slightly more defensive style of play. They have become my panic button when in the air or simply when I feel I can't react properly with any other attack before a character is in my face. At times this leads to interesting interactions, but having this habit makes me a bit more predictable and limits my options. It is something I'm working on, but I wanted to mention it because using Samus' bombs at the wrong time can make you vulnerable, or even cause you to bomb jump when you didn't want to, leaving you completely exposed. With patch 2.0, we can act even faster out of a bomb, but always use them with caution. Try to get a feel for the tempo of a match by predicting when your opponent commits to an approach. Try to have your bomb set up by then, as well as know your options for a follow-up if you hit. Bombs can combo into many of Samus' attacks, even unexpected ones like back air. This Pikachu has one thing in mind, and that's to be as close to me as possible. Take a look as he uses his quick attack to pretty much be on top of me the entire match, leaving me with the only option of bombing. Eventually I catch on to his attack pattern and start successfully hitting more bombs and stopping his approaches. They really are helpful at stopping super aggressive players. Bombs are strong against shields, as they cause very high shield damage, and in combination with missiles or charge shot, Samus can easily set up shield breaks. When your opponent is expecting an aerial attack, you can mix up with a bomb to pressure the shield your opponent may have used. For more technical play, bombs can jab block, as well as be used to cancel attacks and reposition yourself using a bomb jump after an aerial attack. This can also be used to increase the height of a jump. Bombs really do a great job at keeping Samus safe. As Samus curls up into a morph ball, Samus' hurt box shifts, making it much harder to hit her. She is also able to drift side to side, making it confusing for your opponent, perhaps causing them to make a mistake and be punished for it. Try to be creative with your bomb use, as they really do have a lot of room for creativity. Things like using their hit stun for finishers like charge shot, or even comboing multiple bombs into each other. I could talk all day about how much I love Samus' bombs, but overall use them to punish approaches both in the air and on the ground. Use them for air movement and cross-ups, as well as stage control. Bombs have the luxury of attacking while defending, a aggressive defense if you will, and you want to learn how to take full advantage of that. Don't be afraid and start dropping those bombs to see what you can come up with. Sometimes the spacing alone is enough to throw your opponent off. One last thing before I go. Although bombs got buffed in patch 2.0, crouch canceling or holding down after planting a bomb on the ground will allow you to act faster out of the bombs than what the buff provided, so the buff really just helped us out in case we forgot to hold down. I hope I covered most of your questions regarding bombs. They are such a versatile attack and allow for many unique situations. Remember, be creative and you will find success with your bombs. Well, that concludes my bomb guide for now. Thanks so much for watching. See you on the battlefield.